Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you're having a good whatever time zone you happen to be watching this in. So finally getting to the third part of this Krita video, thank goodness. Luckily no recording issues this time around, and recording the art portion of this, thankfully. Unlike the last time, which was totally not fun. For anybody who hasn't seen the second part, the long of the short in the recording issues is that I accidentally clicked something while trying to record, and that unfortunately caused the recording program that I was using, OBS, to not record what was going on in the drawing program while I was doing various things, which I didn't realize until I basically finished everything, and yeah. Long and short of it, I was pretty annoyed. But luckily none of that happened this time around. I'm probably going to be quite mindful of doing that ever again, so yeah. In regards to the issues of recording, this portion, the first time around, there were some details I knew I probably wasn't going to be able to get exactly the same, so I left them in when deciding on which stuff to delete layer-wise, while trying to get enough stuff in order to redo the whole area that I was doing during the second part of this, which honestly mainly was just some of the shading on the skin and also shading the lips, because I figured I probably wouldn't be able to get it exactly how I liked it, so I just left those alone. But other than that, I'm pretty sure there wasn't too much of a contrast between where part 2 ended and where this part 3 starts. And honestly, I was hoping to get all of this done, the third part out for yesterday, but unfortunately, things kept happening. I was hoping to get this part out yesterday because it would have been quite fitting to have this out yesterday, because it was apparently national or international. I think it was national based on what I saw on Google search and stuff, but National Coffee Day, which a coffee deity on Coffee Day would have been unintentionally fitting, but while trying to do this part, I unfortunately kept getting interrupted several times, so that unfortunately did not happen. So here we are today instead. Close enough, I guess, though. Which I am surprised I didn't even realize there was a national or international coffee day, which, given my love of coffee, you'd think I'd be in the know about stuff like that. But apparently this is like a new thing from about 2015. That started in Milan, which, the more you know, I guess. But this video is basically going to be a lot of shading and highlights and shadow and that sort of thing. Given all the flat colors and the sketching and all that stuff was done in part 1 and 2, so basically just a lot of shading. Although this part actually took a lot less time than the other ones, since part 1 and part 2 were each about 2 hours each in actual time doing the actual video. And originally this part was also another 2 hours, but given this is basically me redoing everything that I previously done, I knew what I was looking for and what I was planning to do with it. So it took a bit less time this time around. Actually an hour. So this is actually about 3 times as fast as I was originally doing it. Although, getting to redo this definitely allowed me an opportunity to add a little bit of changes here and there. Like, I'm pretty sure the bracelet, the red beads, that part was apparently slightly different, because I don't think I took a picture of the original when it was done. So that was definitely like one of those things, because I hadn't really decided where the light was coming from, so that was one of those I just kind of made it up as I went along sort of deals. So honestly, a couple of changes that I made are not that grandiose in the grand scheme of things, but I feel like they make a difference, which Mostly it was me adding a little sparkle in the eyes, kind of adding a light glowish feature around her, and also the background was different, although it was just different colors, which I might not keep the background as is, but that's how I kept it at the end of the video. We'll see. I might poke about it or add or subtract something from it. Backgrounds are always a thing that I'm always kind of unsure about. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but I realize I do not plan for them as much as I should or as well as I should, but it's a thing, I suppose. Also the glow about her, but that glow is going to be later on in the video, much later on, probably near the end. That glow kind of made me think of Hercules, which I'm referring to Hercules, the animated movie from Disney back in like, what was it, 1990? Or slightly later than that. Yep, 1997. Yeah, I felt like that was kind of reminiscent, because I feel like it was probably like the same sort of coloring to it. But getting back to Hercules, although technically I think it's supposed to be Heracles, because the Greek and Roman are spelt similar, but two different things. I believe the Roman version of the Hercules story is Hercules as the title name, and Heracles in the Greek version. Because, you know, the mother of all the Olympians in the Greek version is Hera, because Juno in the Roman version, so yeah, probably that. Also, speaking of Greek mythology, I'm not certain if I'll be starting right off the bat with the Greek mythology series that I was planning on starting, which I still plan on doing that because I'm really looking forward to doing that, and it's going to be really fun. But I don't think I'm going to start off the bat with that. I might just do a standalone video in between and then start off with that, which I definitely already have picked who I'm going to start it with first. And given the time of year, you might be able to pick who I'm going to choose. Although I'd be excited to hear what your guys' guesses are, if you happen to have any guesses. Plus, also this would allow me to have possibly, if not one or two sketchbook videos, because it's been a really, really long time since I've done anything in my sketchbook, which, given setup and that sort of stuff, it's just easier to do digital art at times, so that's why I usually do digital art videos instead. But I definitely would love to be doing a sketchbook video one of these days, so maybe something you guys can look forward to. Which, also speaking of the sketchbook, I am almost like 40 pages, maybe less, to finally being able to fill that book, which I've had this book for almost 2 years now. I did not think it was going to take me so long to fill my first sketchbook, which In light of the size, which it's 8.5 by 11 hardcover book, probably was not my best idea for my first sketchbook. So definitely something to think about whenever I get my second sketchbook, which I might just buy one this month or next month in advance. But yeah, I am so glad to finally being so close to getting that filled. Which I don't like everything in there, but sketchbooks are places to make mistakes, or at least so I hear in other YouTubers' videos, which it totally makes sense. It's a place for you to hash out your ideas, or just, a place to hash out your ideas or do some doodles or whatever, since, it's your space. You can do whatever you want with it. So, that makes sense. Oh, so speaking of sketchbooks, once again, since given Inktober is its own thing going on there, I was thinking about maybe having a Stardew themed October drawing thing. But yeah, if I ever did a Stardew themed thing for October, what would I call it? Startober? That's like the best I could think of. Which I'm not great for names, I wanted to keep it short. Or Dewtober? I don't know. But yeah, Startober, something like that. I'm not sure if I'd be able to make a, suggestion sheet or whatever you call those things that they typically have out. Prompt list. There we go. Prompt list. Not sure if I'd be able to make one of those, which, given, October starts tomorrow, that would be a bit close. But that seems to be my jam nowadays. Cutting it close. So a thought carried over from the second video in this mini-series. Our coffee deity does not have a name, so I think probably should give her one. I still have not thought of one, so I'm wondering if you guys have any ideas. If you happen to watch this and happen to have a good idea for what a coffee deity would be named, totally feel free to say so in the comments if you'd like, and definitely be happy to hear your suggestions, which I'm kind of terrible at names, so I might not think of one myself. with the background going on about here-ish, I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep the background like this, which no one is surprised it's purple at this point. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it that way or not add, something to add to it. We'll see how I feel. But this is how I left it is by the end of this video, which if you happen to enjoy it, totally feel free to give a like, comment, or follow the channel if you'd like to see any more videos from me. I hope you enjoyed and have a great rest of your day. Bye!